So today, Ben Platt just released his second full album called REVERIE, and it's kind of a synth sound. It's very different from his first album, which obviously I was a huge fan of. His first album was, of course, Sing to Me Instead. My favorite song from Sing to Me Instead, well, I kind of loved all of Sing to Me Instead, and every time I listen to it, I have a new song. But right now, my favorite songs on it are Bad Habit, Temporary Love, Grow As We Go, Share Your Address, In Case You Don't Live, and In Case You Don't Live Forever. In Case You Don't Live Forever always makes me cry when I listen to it, so I don't really listen to it that often. Share Your Address is kind of a cutesy, almost like a I have a new crush and I'm obsessed with them song. Bad Habit is, well, that one's mostly self-explanatory, but it's basically about how, I don't really know how to explain it. Grow As We Go, Temporary Love is also self-explanatory, just from the title. And then Grow As We Go is about when one person wants to change in a relationship and they want to leave the relationship in order to better themselves. And Grow As We Go is told from the perspective of a partner who wants them to stay and change with me. And then obviously they all have deeper meanings, but those are just the surface ones. And right now I'm listening to Happy to Be Sad. I'm listening to the entire album, the entire way through right now. I just got the notification, entire daylight. It's August 14th, and this was released on August 13th. So slightly not happy at Spotify about that. But the tracks as listed are King of the World Part 1, that has a very synth vibe. Childhood Bedroom still have the synth autotune vibe, but it's toned down a bit. And then Happy to Be Sad, well, I mean, it still has those vibes, but it's way less than King of the World Part 1. Oh, there's 3 parts to King of the World, which I'm very interested to just compare those. But the track list is King of the World Part 1, Childhood Bedroom, Happy to Be Sad, I Wanna Love You But I Don't, Leave My Mind, Dance With You, King of the World Part 2, Carefully, Chasing You, Come Back, Dark Times, Imagine, and King of the World Part 3. I find it very interesting that the only capitalizations in the titles are, of course, the R in Reverie and the I's in I Wanna Love You But I Don't. So it's definitely a stylistic choice. Look at this. I Wanna Love You But I Don't is about to start. Let's just give a review of this song. First time listening to anything on this album. Alright, we're picking up the synth vibes, the heavily edited, the audio editing and post-editing.
I think it sucks that you're perfect, 'cause you're not perfect for me.
Alright, picking up the 80s, 90s inspo.
It ain't the kind that I need.
The lyrics are very bad.
I know we look good on paper until you give us a read.
He's testing out new rhythms and new genres, which is super cool.
There ain't a whole lot to see. I wanna love you, but I don't.
And here we have the Ben Platt vocals.
I wanna need you, but I
They steal the show every time.
I beg my heart to start to race when I'm kissing you. I say I'm dreaming about your face, but it isn't you. And I'm not trying to change you, but it's just not in the stars. I know there's somebody out there.
Okay, so what he's doing with the instruments in how he's utilizing them, this is so different from his past album in Sing to Me Instead. But before, it was mostly piano, and it really showcased his vocal work. But now it seems like this is definitely a sophomore album vibes, because the first one, it seemed more like he was trying to prove himself, like outside of his characters, obviously, as well, you know, it doesn't really count, but Benji in Pitch Perfect, obviously Evan Hansen in Dear Evan Hansen, and I'm forgetting his character's name in The Politician, but like all three big roles that really put him on the national social conscience. Not conscious. Wait, what's the word I'm looking for? Consciousness? Yeah, consciousness. Like really put him on people's minds, became a household name, and then with his album, his individual album, he was really trying to prove that to people. Almost like, yes, I can sing. Like, this isn't just shows producers and directors or just like just like editing me to perfection. Like, I really can sing. And it also really helped, in my opinion, that some of the songs from Sing to Me Instead were featured in mostly season 2, I believe, of The Politician. So it really felt like it made The Politician feel like Ben Platt. It was a Ben Platt project. Like, he was very intertwined in it. So sorry, we haven't even finished listening to the song the entire way, but I'm really liking this new Ben Platt sound. What I was talking about. But I even paused the song to talk about. But like, his use of instrumentation is so wildly different from his first album. Like, he's still singing all the way through. It's making me think that a lot of these effects of the instruments were not like last thoughts, but like how at certain points in the song instruments are being showcased, like the instrumentals are being showcased more than his voice, and we're seeing that he's like sort of using instruments to build up to a crescendo and then like this climax and then take it all away and then keep going. Like, this is definitely a more pop album. It's more of a synth pop album. It obviously, Sing to Me Instead was pop, but it was like these are almost on opposite ends of the spectrum of pop music. It's very far away from Broadway, or traditional Broadway at least. So I think this is like definitely a huge thing for Ben Platt's career.